Welcome to my channel. My name is Artistic James and I post about my artwork, mainly drawings, to be fair. And yeah, art's a passion I've had since I was 11. And I even went to art college when I was 19 and 20. But in the UK, college is something different to university. In the UK, college is somewhere you go where in between school and university, where you go where you age between 16 to 18. So yeah, I was at college for 5 years. For 2 of those years, I was studying art and design. Art design level 1 and art design level 2. And this was when I was at school. This is a sketch I did of Kenny, since I was a huge South Park fan at the time. I still am a huge South Park fan even now, but I was an even bigger fan of it back then. And here's a sketch I did at the time of Jesus, also when I was 14. And yeah, this art book definitely needs filling up with drawings. And this is a sketchbook from 2018 to 2019. I have added a new drawing in here today when I was at this coffee shop of a character from Has-Been Hotel. So our most recent one now. Here's it ain't finished yet. And there's a lot of drawings I did back in the day, but I didn't finish them off. I just went on to the next one. So this is my first sketch in this art book of Meg. It has never been finished. Here are 2 celebrities I drew. Anna Kendrick and Lisa Cardinal. And here's Princess Poppy from Trolls. It's been finished as in the terms of I drew it in and all that, but I never coloured it. I never finished that off. And she's voiced by Anna Kendrick, and Princess Poppy from Trolls is my favourite cartoon character, voiced by Anna Kendrick. And it's never been drawn either. It's from Trolls Holiday. It's meant to be Poppy with Brance. And there's Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. And Ralph, the main character from Wreck-It Ralph. And that one's meant to be from the sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet. But I never finished off the writing Ralph Breaks the Internet. I coloured him in, apart from his t-shirt. And with Vanellope, she's my favourite character from Wreck-It Ralph. I think she's an amazing character. And she's voiced by Sarah Silverman, who's an incredible comedian. And here are 2 other celebrities over here. John C. Reilly and Louis C.K. And here's some Family Guy art for you. I never finished colouring in this Family Guy sketch, but I was able to colour in Brian on his hat and his Christmas shirt. And this is Friday the 13th as a Family Guy character, and this is meant to be the Asian news reporter, but I never finished off ahead and I never got a chance to colour all these in. And here's a zombie from Paranorman, and there's Max from The Secret Life of Pets. And there's Chicken Little and Shock from the Disney movie Chicken Little. And there's Michael Myers from Halloween. And there's Stan Smith from American Dad. And there's Jason from Friday the 13th. I'm not going to tell you what he's got in his hand, since people with all different age groups watch these YouTube videos. But you'll be able to know what he's got in his hand if you watch the episode of American Dad. Zac Efron and James Corden drawings. Santa Claus strangling Peter Griffin. I can't remember why Santa strangled Peter on this episode. And here's a sketch of Hayley Smith being tied up to a chair. I did this drawing on December 30th, 2018, so the day before New Year's Eve. And here's a sketch of Anna Kendrick putting some gloves on. I don't know who this celebrity is, since I never finished it off. Just did a hair on the top of a head and a mouth, and that was it. Scarlett Johansson, this was from a Christmas movie I watched back at Christmas time 2018. And there's Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph again. And here's a 22 Maglin double action revolver. I was able to draw the sketch, but I never was able to finish colouring it in, like what I was saying before. Paranorman characters. And this is the villain from Home on the Range. It's a great Disney movie, Home on the Range. I think I first watched it when I was at elementary school. And here's a drawing I did of George W. Bush. And this is one of the characters I never was able to finish off from Chicken Little. And these are 2 characters from Trolls. And this is Anna Kendrick enjoying some wine as Martha from the movie Mr. Right, as you can plainly see over here. And I did this sketch on January 9th, 2019, so at the start of 2019. And there's Coraline, that's never been finished off, from the movie Coraline. It's a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen Coraline, you should definitely give it a watch. I first watched Caroline when I was about 19, 20. I think it might have been 19, close to 20. And this is from Boris Baby, the first one. And I watched this movie at the movie theatre when I was 19 with two of my friends. I also seen the second one as well. Another great movie. And that's Murray, the hormone monster from Big Mouth. I forgot to draw Andrew's face in, but there's Murray, and I need to colour him, but I didn't finish colouring him in at the time. And there's Sarah Silverman as a Simpsons character, and she did the voice of herself. And there's Sarah Silverman roasting Krusty Clown, and there's Krusty sat down like whatever. And there's Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza from the 2016 movie Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. And there, I pulled down the character's name. Anna Kendrick's character is called Alice on this movie, and Aubrey Plaza's character is called Tatiana. And there's Sarah Silverman kissing an ape mask, as you can plainly see. And here's some more drawings of firearms. There's a Glock 17, and this is a realistic price of how much a Glock would cost. $229.99 was a hell of a lot of money, but there's hundreds of them more expensive than that. AK-47 assault rifle and a Beretta. A FedEx DTC-10. I haven't done any airplane drawings for a while, but I'm a huge fan of airplanes. And in fact, apart from the comic I'm writing, regular drawings, I'm not drawing any airplanes for a while. And here's sketch of Craig Robinson, and he was on Hot Tub Time Machines, both of them. And he was also on Table 19 as well as another Anna Kendrick movie. And here's a sketch of Gwen Quagmire, and I did this drawing on Monday, January 21st, 2019. And here's a sketch of a cowboy revolver from the 19th century. And here's John from Red Dead Redemption. I was a huge fan of Red Dead Redemption 2 at the time I did this sketch. And these are two more firearms, an M16 and a Glock 22. And this is meant to be a Bender from Futurama. And Fry looking shocked. But as you can plainly see, I never got a chance to finish this drawing off. And I should have finished it off. But I was, you know what it was like at the time. It went to one drawing and went to another one. Comedian Sarah Silverman putting the American flag on a washing line. This is from the Sarah Silverman TV show, I Love You America. I'm a huge fan of Sarah Silverman. M1911 and a Thompson submachine gun. Drawings for you. Two more Becky Ralph drawings. Vanellope shaking hands. Ralph looking confused and Taffeta. And here are two Big Mouth drawings for you. Steve and Andrew, as you can plainly see, they haven't been finished off. And here's some characters from Monsters University for you. Tapes to the wall, and this character here is voiced by Aubrey Plaza. I don't mention the name of the movie, so if you know what the name is, let me know in the comments. And here's a sketch I've never finished off of the White House in Washington DC. And here's a drawing of Bill Ferrell, another one that isn't finished off. And this is a AR-15 without magazine drawing, and a drawing of a Glock Model 19. I did a lot of firearm drawings back at the time. I haven't drawn any for a while. And this drawing here is from Claudia Vertanza Meatballs. And here's Sam Sparks. And so as you can plainly see, neither of them are finished. But the drawing of Sam is finished, apart from the fact he isn't coloured in. But you can plainly see Flint isn't finished. And you can definitely see this one ain't finished either. It's from Frozen, and that's meant to be of Sven. And that's meant to be Olaf above him. And there's a character from Family. And here's a sketch of the President Bill Clinton. He's pretty much finished off, apart from the fact he isn't coloured in. This isn't too bad. Even put down his presidential term and in the party he was in. And here's a sketch of the Hollywood sign. I mean, this is basically done, apart from the fact it isn't coloured in yet. And here's one of like a memorial for like US soldiers that have died. That also did at 21. And this is from American Dad, Stan and Francine together. And this was from American Dad cover I did this sketch from Volume 3. And this is another firearm drawing. M1 Grinder World War II US military rifle. Another character from Red Dead Redemption. And Vice President Dick Cheney. And this one is pretty much done from, apart from the fact he isn't coloured in yet. And the American flag doesn't have all the stars. And here's a sketch of Aubrey Plaza in latex. I'm not sure who this guy's meant to be. And this is some Doctor Who drawings. BoJack Horseman. a character from F is for Family. So he's finished, apart from the fact he isn't coloured in yet. I never got a chance to colour it in, apart from one part of the drawing. Her headbands. And that's Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. And that's from the new Child's Play movie that came out in 2019. I did this drawing just before I watched the movie. And there's that same character from Monsters University I drew before, but this one is clearly not finished. And here's another drawing of Aubrey Plaza, obviously not finished, and this is my most recent sketch I'm working on right now. Let's see how many pages this art book's got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and there's even somewhere in here where you can put some more art. Just found some more art by checking out my pages were left in here. This is a New York sketch I did from memory. Over here. And I went when I was 19 and it was even more magical than I expected. So if you enjoyed this YouTube video, make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on my future content or the YouTube videos or YouTube shorts I already posted. Take care everyone, peace.